Hey guys, welcome to ANX Gamecast level 142. I'm Unbiased Ann and I'm here with Genesis and Raymond.
We've been trying to do this intro for like
5, 10 minutes.
26 minutes.
I thought I messed up again and you stopped it.
No, we're going.
We're going now. Forget it.
Everything's live.
Let's do it.
What's up, man? Where you been?
Here and there, everywhere.
We ain't potted in like 3 weeks.
I know.
It does feel like a long time.
It's been a bit.
It's almost November.
We potted at the...
I don't think so.
We haven't potted in October?
I don't think so, Tim.
I don't remember. It's been a while though.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
Well, whatever you had on the last show, my son caught it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
my
poor boy had flu and strep simultaneously.
I can't even imagine because I've had both and I would
sucks.
die if I had them at the same time.
Did you wash your arms before you came over here?
No, I actually made sure that I had some of his old stuff and just
Oh, great.
came in here, gave y'all hugs.
No thanks.
All right.
In the spirit of Halloween. What's up, Count Chocula?
Count Chocula. What?
My gosh. All right. What are y'all excited to talk about today?
Ray, what you got?
Raymond.
I think pre-round one now has become my favorite little area. Pre-round one.
That's some made up stuff.
So what we just went through off air?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I was stoked.
Okay. Let me see. I am excited to talk about conversation. Always the conversation piece, and it has to do with Spider-Man 2. Even though this is a Miles Morales podcast.
Luckily,
I'll go with Dragon Ball Z.
It's always Dragon Ball Z.
it feels like it's always Dragon Ball. At least when I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, everybody watching, we got some new subscribers out there. Not a whole lot, but it's a whole lot to us.
Yeah.
We done shot up by like 10, 15 subscribers over the last, 2-3 weeks or something.
Even if it's one.
Even if it's one, I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all. So anybody listening to this, go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And comment anything below. I've been trying to put questions on here. Nobody ever answers the questions, but we'll take any comment you got. Speaking of comments, it's a lot of Mortal Kombat stands out there.
What happened?
A lot of people didn't like that last video I put out. Spitting facts about Mortal Kombat and how it's trash.
Apparently you have no skills, so.
Yeah, apparently I have no skills because
What
Mortal
was the
Kombat.
comment? Can we call out the person who made the comment?
Yeah, actually, I do want to give a shout out to. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure they're not cussing at me. Yeah, I don't think they are. Captain Corncob. I'm not trying to make fun of their name. That is actually their name. I want to give you a shout out because you came, you made your comments, you were respectful.
Yeah.
You kept it professional. And we had a little back and forth about Mortal Kombat 1. I like that. I appreciate that. If you want to check out their page, they do a lot of fighting games. I went and checked it out. They got a lot of fighting games, and they do combos with each character, and they record them and put them out there on YouTube so you can see what you're getting yourself into. Not just Mortal Kombat. I saw Street Fighter 6 on there. I saw a whole bunch of other games.
Well, and
on
it was
there.
a well thought out comment. It wasn't just like somebody trolling. You could tell, like.
Can't repeat the comment.
Right.
Right. So speaking of that, it's 2023. If you leave a comment cussing at me, I won't see it. So it might make you feel better, but I won't see it. I can go look for it, which I did because the comments on YouTube are a little weird. And I found one that was kind of cussing at me.
Why?
So what did it say?
Wait, it doesn't show it to you?
No, it won't. It won't show it to me.
It won't.
So
it won't alert you.
So I do. No, it won't show it. It won't even show it to me. It won't alert me or show it to me. Like I have to go specifically look for it. So I want to talk. I'm down. I want to talk to everybody.
Cool.
Even if you don't like what I had to say, it's
Sure.
cool. But again, if you cuss at me, I won't see it. So I don't know. So Captain Corn Cob, yeah. Shout out.
Cap.
No hate. All
right. So what did Popcorn say?
Oh, we can't. It's too long. It's like multiple paragraphs.
No,
So
like it was a well thought out, like, this is my opinion.
Oh my
Like,
God, I'm gonna have to go back and look at this.
So the main thing is, I want to get your opinion because I know, because
Yeah.
we're friends on the PlayStation. I see. It's like, Ray.
Just on the PlayStation,
playing-
guys. I'm actually
not in real
not here.
life.
Not in
We
real
don't
life.
really
Fuck
like
that.
you, but on the PlayStation at least.
You play Mortal Kombat.
I have.
What did you think about Mortal Kombat? Real quick.
I mean, I'm biased on it because my son, that's like his favorite game. Like he's gone through and learned everything.
Okay.
But I mean, it's Mortal Kombat.
But
It's nothing new.
So, but objectively speaking, is it a good game?
It's Mortal Kombat. That's like me saying, the latest, basketball, football, or whatever game just came out. Unless there's something that's just in your face, it's not It's nothing new. It's not great. I enjoy it because I get to, play with the kids with it.
So it's like status quo. It's just like it's like
it's the same thing. So look at when you start talking about technical fighting games, Tekken, Street Fighter up their game, and you're starting to have to get a little bit more.
They made it more tournament based.
They did.
They made it for the tournament versus for the average fan.
Mortal Kombat, it's a button masher. That's it. That's all it is, man. Can I mash these buttons faster? All the combos for every single character are the same, just in a reverse position.
If you even want to call them a combo. Like that's kind of my thing. It's not even a combo. Like if I press punch and it lands, and then I press kick and it lands, and then I press punch again and it lands. Like they call it a combo, but it's not a combo.
You know what Mortal Kombat is to me now? It's become it's a party game. You have friends over at the house. You guys just want to bullshit for a little bit. Not anything masterful so that anybody can jump in. Put in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put in Street Fighter because that takes a little bit more, and that's going to upset some people who can't play.
Yeah.
Right. But Mortal Kombat, if you can't just jump right in, right. What was that person's, or what's corn cob on the hash? What?
I mean, they said a lot. That's kind of my problem. Just off the top of the dome, I think they were saying that I didn't play it long enough to learn it, and it's
what's to learn.
That was my point. It's not a whole bunch to learn on this game. It's pretty basic. And they had a problem with my my review of what happened when I got online, which was I was beating this dude's ass, just fighting, right? But then he got me in the corner and just kept spamming the same move over and over and over. And they're saying, well, every fighting game is like that. And I'm like,
no, it's not.
Not really. Like you can be done that way, but it's a lot easier to get out on these other games.
My 13-year-old has that saying that when we do that, I mean, we immediately start talking, hey, cut that macaroni out. We don't need to be cheesy here.
Yeah.
Open up, get, let's do some skill to it if we want to. But yeah, you get someone in the corner and you've got the right button speed, not even pattern, but speed, that person's done with. So who cares?
Yeah. And that's not fun.
It's not, because you get frustrated, you get pissed off.
Well, and the game itself is just not that fun to begin with. And then when you create a game where that's allowed to happen online, it makes it even worse, worse experience. So, but no, again, they kept it professional. They kept it classy. They weren't cussing and yelling. So it was cool.
I mean, I see why people can like it. You and I usually disagree on just about everything that we talk about. I'm sure that will happen again here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, just give it a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll give it about 10 minutes and we'll be there. But I mean, I'm not going to lie and sit there and say something. I will always preference it with I like this. I may not care what you think about it, because you'll come at it from a different angle than I will, but I don't think there's nothing in pointing out like the flaws.
Yeah.
I've said Detective Comics, they've got flaws.
They got some flaws.
But Mortal Kombat 1, it's a button masher. I get my ass kicked because, my son's quicker than I am at my age. Of course. Right? But take that same effect and let's go into, like, say, Street Fighter. I'm going to know a little bit more than he is, and he's going to get frustrated, even though I'm not just having him in the corner just pounding the crap out of him.
And then I think, like I said, the next level of that is going to be your Tekkens.
Yep.
DOA. And one of the more technical fighters that I've ever played is probably Virtual Fighter. It's not quite as technical because they didn't keep making them, right? They only make them, but the fluidity of the fighting and the mechanics of the fighting are almost, that's almost like a perfect fighting game as far as mechanics goes. Virtual Fighter.
I thought Mortal Kombat was onto something when they had that 3D fighting set up like Tekken. We're talking.
That's when I stopped playing.
That's when I was okay
Mortal Kombat
with
4.
Was that 4?
That 4 was the first one.
The first time I remember playing it probably was DC versus Mortal Kombat.
Because and I stopped playing it then. I was still a fan of the 2D.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I played Mortal Kombat Trilogy religiously on Nintendo 64. So that was my favorite fighting game for a long time.
Do not get me wrong, we still have the trilogy. The
Mortal
original
Kombat
trilogy.
Kombat Trilogy.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Love going back to that.
The game was pretty though. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
You're talking about the new one, right? Mortal Kombat 1?
Yeah.
I mean, the storyline was laughable.
Yeah.
It was, because I played story mode.
Yeah.
Right?
We talked about that.
okay, like this is fine. I think it took me all of about 4 hours to complete, some crappy low number like that. I remember thinking like, oh, this I wonder how long it's going to keep going, and then being like, oh, I'm done.
Especially because it wouldn't stop. It's just like, geez.
But yeah, I mean, it was like, and it's fine, I guess, if you want to throw in a storyline to one of these type of games. But
That's like exactly what we said.
like, I don't understand
Like,
the
it was
point. Like,
alright.
no one cares.
We literally, I've never had a conversation with him about Mortal Kombat.
No,
Yeah.
it's the first time.
That's crazy.
This is the first time.
Like, y'all never agree. That's so funny.
Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I'm rubbing off on him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Big Papa.
Just don't rub off on me because I'm not trying to get the strip.
I'm
Y'all
going
ready?
to count my
Or flu.
chocolates.
Oh Lord.
I'm confused. Y'all ready for round one?
Yes.
Let's go.
Round 1.
Round one and the anime that we are currently watching.
Unbiased Dan.
What you got?
Okay.
That's a bunch of sayings on the screen.
For real.
I'm just saying.
Blondie.
I'm just saying.
No one? No.
So let me just tell y'all kind of what's going on.
I used to use that a lot on Yahoo Messenger, but okay.
It's a dad joke, of course. No shit.
Oh.
I'm old.
All right. So
Getting there.
at this point, Vegeta's trying to fight Cell. He's literally getting nowhere. I already went over in the last episode how frustrating this is that Cell even did. I mean, that Vegeta even allowed this, but whatever. We're here. He does some huge, massive hit. I don't know what that's called. You may know the term.
Final Flash.
Okay.
He
And
did that Final Flash. That was, boy.
She said hit. I was like, long tote.
Boy, I was so crunk. Boy, I was so crunk when he first, boy.
And literally, at the end of the day, nothing happened. So, yeah, I knew this one. He threw that big old thing. It chunked off Cell's arm.
This is some real detailed technical
Well,
analysis
it's
about
some
Dragon
big
Ball
old
Z.
thing right
Hey,
there.
I'm trying to speed it up because y'all know if you let me, I'll get into every
she'll
single
talk about
little detail.
She'll talk about it. And then Chi went over and picked up the frying pan.
Right?
Yeah.
Goku. Yeah. So
I would play that fighter. You get a frying pan.
So a lot of stuff I think like I know what's gonna happen and never works, but this one I knew. You know, you think for a minute like Cell leads you to believe like you chopped off part of my body and my arm, but I'm like, I already know you're gonna grow back because you have a piece of Piccolo's DNA. Yeah,
Regenerative.
regenerative. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that?
He can regenerate his limbs. How about
Regenerative.
that?
Language much?
Yeah.
Jeez. Anyway, so that's what he does. He just grows that arm right back, and he's like, ha 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 ha, you loser.
Does he say it like that? Because that'd be hysterical.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He doesn't say loser, but yeah.
So Vegeta gets knocked out. Trunks starts getting ready to go. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's so strong. Because nobody, I guess, really knew that, you know, he could get up to the power he's at. Oh, right here.
If you ever watched an episode, you would understand the reference.
Probably.
Okay.
So here we are again with this. Trunks says, hey, Krillin, take Vegeta, get out of here. Go give him a sensu bean. Take him to Kami's house.
Kami.
What does he do? He doesn't listen. He just hangs around. Like, you know, whatever.
This is like this whole arc, if you want to call it that, has been the ultimate arc of procrastination.
Right. Nobody's listening.
Like nobody.
No, nobody is doing what they're supposed to do. Nobody's listening.
Oh, this feels like life.
So then Trunks has to go as far as taking a beat down purposely so he can get to like an angle to look at Krillin and say, go, basically. So then, and I think he almost gets hit anyway. Like it's just he almost gets blasted by Cell. It's just like I don't know. It's just frustrating. Anyway, then we get into the rest of it. Really is more like flashbacks. We're seeing one of the episodes was really just Trunks
just rehashing.
Yeah, part of it.
Everything that happened.
Right. It was just like a complete rehash of everything that like led up to this point.
Because it's been what, maybe 35, 40 episodes since all of this started.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So they just did one of those recap. Like, hey,
yeah.
this is how we got here.
Previously on Dragon Ball Z.
Basically.
How do you know that?
Because
they don't say previously, they say last time, but whatever.
Okay.
But it's
last time.
It's
Dragon
showing
Ball Z.
It's showing how like 17 and 18 came in and was destroying everything, and it's showing Dr. Gero telling Cell to consume 17, 18 to become this all-powerful being.
Going to gobble you up.
So meanwhile, Trunks is trying to fight Cell, and he's also not really getting anywhere with this. And then we get into Goku and Trunks both kind of realize that going Super Saiyan is more powerful, but it doesn't always work because it slows them down, right? Did I take that right?
It wouldn't really Goku and Trunks. So Goku, so at the
Separately.
separately. So it's not really going Super Saiyan. It's another transformation. I don't know if you can notice here, but you see how swole these people look? Like they're all on steroids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is like a separate transformation. So they go Super Saiyan, then they pump up the muscles. Vegeta did it. He called himself Super Vegeta, and then he got beat. Trunks did it, became stronger than everybody. And now he's in the process of getting beat because
It uses too much energy.
No, because he's too big and too slow.
Oh, I thought that.
The muscles are too big and he can't hit Cell. So it doesn't matter how strong you are if you can't hit the opponent. At the exact same time, Goku training separately in a separate area showed Gohan, hey, look what I can do. And then Gohan was like, hey, Dad,
That's
you're going to
awesome.
kill Cell, blah, blah, blah. Shout out to Stephanie. And then he's like, no, this is not going to work. We're going to have to figure something else out.
It's like they both figured it out, but like in separate places.
Yeah, one is about to die and figured it out. The other one is off training and figured it out. Right. So I'd rather be the guy training
and figuring it out. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, Cell decides to basically let everybody live.
Again, the arc of procrastination.
Yeah. He's going to revive the World Martial Art Tournament
Hey.
in 10 days, and he will fight everybody one by one.
One on one. Come on. What you got?
Yeah. So this will be interesting because it makes me think of Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, they had a big tournament in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah.
So basically, he's just monologuing for the next few episodes.
He's probably just going to be beating everybody down for the next couple episodes, if I had to guess.
She hadn't watched them yet.
You should watch them.
I know I will.
So that way, on the next time we get on here, I can say, last time on
Right.
Dragon Ball Z.
And then you're like, was I right? And I'm like, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Did you procrastinate?
So Cell games are about to begin.
Yep.
There you go.
Today.
It's like a giant Excel spreadsheet.
Basically.
Y'all ready for the next show?
Worth it sometimes just
I
to
don't want
see
to hear
your
that macaroni and
expressions.
cheese, okay?
I'm not playing Mortal Kombat right now.
Keep that macaroni over there.
No, Mortal Kombat. My anime, I'm back watching The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this on the show before. So this picture, this image that I'm showing is actually for unbiased Ann.
Oh, okay.
Because we talked about how filler episodes in anime usually result in the whole group of friends going to the beach and you get to see all your favorite female characters, women characters in bikinis.
Mm-hmm.
We had that episode.
Oh, I didn't think it was that big a deal, though. I mean,
Well, at least one's wearing like a solid one piece there.
I mean, the other one had there's a third girl. She had all kind of stuff hanging out. Well, I mean, it's so random because in the same episode, his job closes down for renovations. And the apartment he's living in is
basically kicking him out.
You got to get out for some other reason.
Right.
So now you have no place to live temporarily and you have no job temporarily. And then all of a sudden at the beach, there's this lady that some other lady knows that you know and blah, blah, blah. You get a job paying more money
right.
than you probably have ever made. And they're going to let you stay there at the beach. And so
I mean, that's my dream.
For real.
So not only do you get to see your favorite characters in the bikinis, but they're serving up drinks. And they're walking around and they're cleaning. So it's that episode. I don't necessarily want to say it's complete filler, but
Sounds like complete filler.
sounds like complete filler. This show is going downhill fast.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was just me.
Nah, it's going downhill.
Like downhill fast, like Mortal Kombat 1 downhill, or
This. Where's my button?
Dis.
sorry, Corn Cob, that was for you.
Shout out. Yeah, it's so one of the main problems with this, like I said, this has always been based around the friendship and relationship of all the characters. And then the fighting is secondary. And I mean secondary. You went multiple episodes where there was no fighting.
Yeah.
Right? The fight there's fighting, but it seems meaningless. It doesn't make sense.
What are you getting pissed off on in the beach? Like, what could make you fight on
Something
the beach?
came out of the fog and
Some big old bird.
some bird that's from the demon world. I don't know. But it's just
Jason,
like,
if you're listening, tell me what kind of bird that is that comes
Shout
out of the
out.
fog on the beach.
it was a blackbird. Anyway, no,
It was a Bigfoot bird.
Yeah, we're not getting into no racial topics today, but it was a black bird. It's just facts. I don't want to say the fighting is meaningless, but it has no meaning to me. It's confusing on who's fighting who and why.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like the anime is not good enough for me to hold on, rewind that. Let me see what they're actually talking about. It's like, I don't care. Like, I care about the relationships, but even that is getting stale. Every episode is becoming the same thing.
So at what point do you just say, trash?
I look at it and I say, well, how many more episodes do I have? Like, I gave it 3, and 3 episodes in, it was like, no, this is good. And then it just, fell off a cliff. I've got through 6, 7 episodes, whatever. If there's like 10 episodes.
Right, you're going to finish it. Yeah.
I'm going to finish it.
I don't know, man. I don't think I could do it.
20-minute episodes, man.
I still don't think I could do it.
Well,
there are some shows where I'll just, by the time I see that peak, that cliff, and they go off of it, I'm out, man.
I mean, it's not a DC movie. I mean,
it's not one of those overrated Marvel flicks.
It's not Wonder Woman 84 or nothing like that, and that's not that bad. But yeah,
not like Doctor Strange, where I'm just gonna like.
Oh goodness gracious!
No, my
y'all could just keep going with this.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling about the show, generally speaking. Don't know if I'm going to finish it. I don't remember how many episodes. What else? What other thoughts did you have?
I want to like this show. I really want.
And that's the thing.
Why do you want to like the show?
Because I like when it starts. I'm like, okay, I'm digging this dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, because I always
the energy.
Yeah, I tend to like anime that involves school. Like when it's like school kid, not little kids, but you know what I mean? Like school dynamic. Okay. I don't know why, but it's just been a pattern where I've tended to like that. And I get that vibe. They're not at school, but it's almost like this group of friends. And I love the dynamic, but then it just gets weird. And then there's all these like demons and I don't know if they're Bible references. Like I don't,
a
but
lot
I'm
of Bible. If you like the Bible, if you just read the Bible just for no reason, you'll like this because you'll understand all the biblical references.
Because there's like deeper meaning stuff going on, and I'm lost.
I forgot about that part in John where Jesus took time to stop, go to the beach.
Oh, well, yeah.
And fight.
Not exactly. It's not literal.
Black chickens that come out of a fog.
I mean, black chickens, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But I really do, like, I wish it was better because I like the characters and I like the dynamic.
The characters, the one-on-one conversations, the comedy, it's funny. Like, all that stuff still works. But all of the family atmosphere building, because now y'all have this weird daughter that came out of an apple, right? That's getting old to me.
Yeah, it's literally like Mary. It's literally like they have a child and we're never together.
Yeah.
It's weird. And then you got the apple, like Adam and Eve or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and apparently there's a bunch of apples. I did catch that from the story time of Demon Land.
I just wish this was a better story with the same characters.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm sold. I'm not going to watch this.
Yeah. So,
did you like the first season better?
Yeah, so far, yeah, I like the first season.
Okay, maybe they're just running out of material.
Maybe that's why it took them 8-9 years to put out season 2.
Yeah.
Woo. Next show, Godzilla.
Speaking of shows that
Gojira.
started, speaking of animes that started to go downhill, I remembered why it was such a hard time to watch this the first time.
Okay.
And it was because they went completely off the rails. Okay, so we know that they, in the first one, that they left because they just had to get away from Godzilla, right?
I mean, sounds like a plan.
Right.
Sounds like a plan,
Yeah,
right? We gotta leave this planet. It's his planet now,
right?
You know?
Bye. Take care.
But certainly, you know that not everyone's going to afford to get on a ship, or be there to get on a ship. So you know that there are survivors on Earth, including those that decided to say, "Hey, we're going to turn this entire city into a mecha city, so that if we have to face Godzilla, we have Mecha Godzilla City, right? It's their deterrent." Started losing interest in this so fast, and I remember watching the first one and really enjoying it, and I remember getting to this, and it's not like this is part 2. It's a true part 2. It's a trilogy where you have to watch it, and each one's going to end, except for the third one, with the link into the next one.
Zelda?
I was out.
Really?
I was out.
Wait, how many episodes did you get through?
Well, no, it's not an episode per se, right?
Oh.
These are 3 movies.
Oh, that's right.
It's a trilogy of
I think you
movies.
did say that. Mm-hmm.
But like I said, I just realized it was the second one where I'm just like, okay, this is a bit much.
Yeah.
This is a bit too much. You know, we're going to introduce the twins from, you know, the earlier Godzilla movies that came out, and this is our interpretation of them, and being psychic and being connected and everything else, and it just didn't hit for me. It just didn't. Like, it just kind of got, like, I want to go into more explanation on this, but I don't have anything.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot this kind of tapered off.
That's a bummer.
But if I had to guess, you watched the third movie though.
Well, of course. At that point, like, you had to see it, but
That's what I just said about The Devil's a part-timer. At least this one got bikini girls on it.
But
I know.
But me saying I watched part 3 is like this. And, you know, here's a screen.
Oh, so like
Right, here's our
half-watch.
audience. Okay. Oh, I heard a big explosion. What's going on now?
So you like half watched it.
Half watched it. What happened to our mics? I feel like I'm not getting anything in my headset. You getting something in your headset?
I hear it.
I don't know. You.
Oh,
yeah.
wow. That's where, you know, it could be this cord. I
Could
don't
be
know.
the cord.
Could be the cord.
Because you turn and watching screens or whatever you said.
Well, either way. But that's how I felt. This one got away.
Yeah.
But again, did I watch the third one? Sure. Watched it, but it wasn't very, you just take my cord completely out? Is that what it was?
No,
What are you doing? What is it doing?
I don't know. I was just
Oh,
jiggling
that's
it.
weird.
Is it working now?
No, that's all right though.
Oh.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So anyway, that was Godzilla 2.
All right.
There you go. Not much on that one.
Y'all ready for round 2?
I'm
Yes.
ready for round 2.
Okay.
What did you do?
What did you do?
Why did you cancel this?
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's
I
happening.
canceled the Spider-Man 2 pre-order.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, you are Quote Man.
I canceled my Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry, let me restart this. Previously on quotes, I canceled my Spider-Man 2 pre-order. Genesis. Why?
I don't sound like that.
I don't care.
Every time I imitate him, he says that too. He goes, "That's not how I sound." I'm like, well, whatever.
I don't sound like
All right,
that.
let me try it again. I canceled my Spider-Man 2 trash pre-order. Genesis. Is that better for you?
I didn't say that.
That sounds more like him, though,
That
doesn't
sounds
it?
a little more like you.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
trash. No, what's up?
So here's what went down. Spider-Man. So this is how they're doing it nowadays. If you want to get the collector's edition, 8 times out of 10, you're gonna have to go directly to the source.
Which is pissing me off because Sony's notorious for that right now.
Okay, so this is Sony. All right, went straight to the source. It was like, boom, it's going up right now. Hurry. Sites crashing. Not taking my credit card. Not doing nothing. I'm fighting. I'm out there scrapping for. I'm gonna pre-order this. Right. We finally got it. So a couple of weeks before the game was released, I went out and looked. I'm like, all right, what am I getting with my pre-order? I'm getting a statue. Okay, well, how big is the statue?
Can I quote what Sony tweeted?
6 inches. What?
18 inches.
How much?
Get your 18 inches of Venom.
Oh, I thought
right
it was 19
here.
inches.
Yeah, how much?
19.
19 inches. 19 inches of Venom. That's a lot of Venom.
That's what they said. Get your 19 inches of Venom.
I'm not even kidding.
So first off, when I looked at that, I was like, yo, that's way too big. Like, I don't want a 19-inch statue.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
So I got to looking at it and I
I
was
mean,
like,
I've got a 24-foot statue.
that's fine. You also used to own a comic book store.
All right, fair enough. Continue.
I'm just your average Joe.
All right, average
Yeah.
Joe.
So it's like, okay. When you actually look at the statue, the main part of it, the Venom part, is probably a normal size statue. And then here's the 2 Spider-Man sticking up little with a web connecting. And I'm like, that looked like it'll break if it fell over.
Mhm.
One time. So I was like, ooh, I'm not feeling that. All right, price tag. What was it, $250?
Dang.
Yes. Yes, it was 250.
Plus applicable fees and taxes
For what? The game and the statue?
for the
Well-
collectors. So hold on, there's more.
You're making me pull this up right now.
So I'm like, okay, well, it comes with a cool, badass steel case. I do want the steel case.
right.
Okay.
I'm like,
Which
what?
we talk about. We love our still cases.
Right. So I'm like, can I pre-order this anywhere else and get the steel case? No, that's the only way you can get the steel case.
With the exception of the link I sent you, but it's not the same still case.
Right.
That wasn't, yeah.
Right. So I'm like, all right. Then I took a deeper look, and guess what comes inside of the steel case?
What comes inside the still case?
Guess.
A code for a costume.
A code for the whole game.
Oh.
There's no physical.
There is no physical disc that comes with the collector's edition. It comes with a card with a code on it, and I'm like, WTF?
So you're paying
what?
So you're paying $250, which, by the way, these orders are now going for upwards of. Well, I don't think anyone's going to pay $2,000 for it, but certainly in that 300 range, $350 range, which is basically just for the statue and the still case.
So. And then the next thing, the thing that actually just went ahead and just sealed the deal for me ordering it. It might be sold out now. People might be able to go and make a couple of $100 right now. But at the time when I canceled my pre-order, it was still available to be pre-ordered.
So I have a question.
Shoot.
Can you? Okay, I understand what you're saying. The pre-order is a steel case with no disc. Just a little piece of paper tells you like you get to download it.
It's glossy. It's a glossy piece of paper.
Okay.
Don't hate.
Okay, and the statue. That's $250.
And pre-order bonuses, costumes and extra weapons.
Okay, that sounds ridiculous.
No, it is.
Can you buy a physical copy though? You just can't pre-order it, or they're not even making a physical copy.
That's the BS part of it, right? So no disc. But if you go buy this other day one disc that he's showing us right now, that has a physical disc. But guess what? Now you have to spend $250 plus $70.
If you want the disc.
If you want the disc.
Yeah. Okay, so you have it. You already have the physical.
Yeah, I just wanted some clickbait. Just wanted to put out there why I canceled my Spider-Man 2 pre-order, but I ended up pre-ordering the normal launch day edition.
And see, I did that from the get-go because of exactly what you were saying. And I kept hearing rumblings. There's not going to be a physical disc. And I'm like, what do you mean there's not going to be a physical disc? I'm spending $250 throwing me a physical disc in there.
They have lost their minds.
So we already did the review on, what do you call the PSP?
The portal?
Yeah, so we did it. So my thing is, if you were going to do it, go all in then.
Get the portal
Go
too.
all in day one. Make this game download only, and then get you some Spider-Man skins, or make the first PS portal that comes out Spider-Man themed, Venom themed. And then that's how you promote the PS portal.
So
like take Spider-Man on the go.
Yeah.
Do that. That's smart.
But you really can't take it on the go because you're not going to download the game and be able to play it anywhere, because you have to make sure that your PS5 is on and running so that you can mirror your PS5 to be able to play the PS Portable.
Wait, what?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
No,
it has to be on.
It has to be on.
So,
at whatever location it is, it's got to be running, right? Now, it doesn't have to be, like, it's on standby, obviously.
Oh,
right?
sleep. It can be asleep.
But I turn my PS5 off all the time. One of the main reasons is the fan. I don't need that running all the time. I'm not saying that does, but I also I want to control my updates. I want to control.
Okay.
I got auto updates.
But that makes more sense. I thought you meant like. Okay.
So yeah, basically what this is let's talk work terms.
Well, hold on 2 seconds really quick. But when you turn on the portal, it's going to turn on your PS5 too.
But your PS5 is already on.
Well, it's on,
it's
but
asleep.
It's asleep.
Okay, it's going to wake
so
it up.
So it's going to be running wherever it's at. And God forbid, one of the locations, either your house or your on-the-go location, has shitty internet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we talked about that. I didn't realize that.
So my PlayStation 5 stays in rest mode. So that wouldn't necessarily be a problem for me.
But it's going to be using power if you were to be on, let's just say, like, hypothetically, the airplane did have good Wi-Fi, and you're playing it for 4 hours. I mean, that's running power at your house for 4 hours. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So work-wise, like the PS Portable is just like when you remote into your work.
Okay.
That's and then you control it from this other computer, or in this case, other handheld device. So anyway, I felt like that would have been a better idea. Because the fact that the collector's edition, the 200 something, 300 with tax, doesn't even come with a physical disc is just kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, why don't you raise it like $100 more though, and add the portal to it?
But 200
and that collector. Just add the portal.
Oh, you make it 300.
Yeah.
And get you a collector's edition like Venom themed. Because you got the PlayStation 5. Which, should we talk about that? We want to throw that out? I mean, we might as well.
Might as well.
We've been trying to do a convention, y'all.
Oh, gosh.
and they
crazy.
don't want to pick us. It's like this weird selection process. So anyway, we've been unsuccessful in booking a booth, but the reason why we want to do the convention is so we can promote the show.
Maybe broadcast live.
Maybe do something live. The way we want to promote the show is we want to do giveaways. I've talked about this before. We've done giveaways before. One of our biggest giveaways that we need to do is the Xbox Series X once we hit a certain threshold. But what we have after that is
pretty cool.
You seen it?
I've seen
You've seen it out there?
I've seen it.
It is the limited edition Spider-Man 2 PS5. Yep. We have that. It's ready for giveaway. We need to hit the threshold. So again, if y'all still listening right now, right this minute, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because as we start hitting certain thresholds, we will start giving stuff away. 500, 1,000, 1,500 subscribers, 2,000. Well, I don't remember the exact numbers.
Yeah.
But once we start hitting these, we're going to start doing giveaways. Anyway.
Just to kind of hype this up a little bit with Spider-Man 2, I've been playing. I saw the... not that I give much...
Why are you spoiling stuff?
I'm not. I've seen the Metacritic score saying how this is still not as popular as the Arkham series, or not as highly rated as the Arkham series for Batman. But can I just say there's so much more that I appreciate about Spider-Man and this trilogy that we're getting?
Well, it's Marvel versus DC.
That I do like. Well,
there's no contest.
I love playing as Batman, but the Spider-Man series that they've set up really has me with the story, and I'm glad that it is. But I really enjoyed playing it, and
So you liking it so far? Is what you're saying?
I'm saying that I like it so far. There are issues that I have. Okay. Like, do not get me wrong.
We're going to review it,
but that'll come later.
We're gonna review.
I know that'll come later.
That's what we talked about last month when you were over
wait,
there.
man. This is what happens when coming here. I had to shut that off and go to an auto save or manual save on the game. So
yep, he's pumped.
I am pumped.
So anyway, yeah, that is the reason I canceled my PS2, my Spider-Man 2 pre-order.
Hey, I hope that we get studios starting to listen to the show, and I just want to say this: seeing Best Buy, seeing Walmart start to get rid of their physical media is really starting to freak me out.
Yeah.
Because let's get something straight, people. You don't own digital media. You pay for digital media, but you don't own it.
You don't own nothing.
So I am always one to buy a physical copy. And even though I love my Steam Deck, the one thing I do like about it is I can always download that onto a memory card so that I have it. But even then, it's still digital. So if they decide to do something with it, you're not seeing it. Physical media, though, I have Spider-Man 2. I have that in my hand that if I can't do anything else, at least I can play whatever version's on that disc.
Right.
And it retains value. Like if I wanted to, I can go sell this.
That's true.
My collector's edition, if I want to go sell it, I can only sell the statue and the steel case. I can't actually sell the game.
No.
Because it's
unless you didn't use the code.
Unless I didn't use the code or sell my PlayStation 5.
But look at those codes, people, because even those codes, they have expiration dates.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So make sure you redeem.
Pay attention.
Make sure you redeem all your redeemables, and don't be buying 2 years from now when the price drops to $200.
Yeah,
don't think you got a deal.
Found that out the hard way with the Elden Ring.
Elden Ring. Anyway, y'all ready to move on to round 3?
Round 3.
Somebody has a hard stop.
I don't know who he's got that hard
Unbiased
stop.
hand.
Round 3.
What do we got here? Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Whew.
So
I'm glad you finally got around to playing this 8 years later.
Yeah, 8 years later. So we thought it would be a good idea to go ahead and review Miles Morales, since we have never reviewed it because it came out during the COVID.
COVID?
Was it the COVID? It was the COVID.
Yeah, came out around the COVID time, right? Mm-hmm. And then the new one was coming out, so we was like, yo, have you played it? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I played it. And I was like, I haven't played it yet. And so here we are. That's what we're doing.
Nothing like you showing Spider-Man instead of Miles Morales.
Hey, that's how the game started.
That's true. That is true.
I can't help what
it was. You know what it was? Previously on Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what it was. So repping the
Spider-Man.
Love it.
I can't remember what Spider-Man we saw at that one convention. Remember? I don't remember what voice actor it was, but he was last minute, and unfortunately, he was just there.
I thought he was Miles Morales from the movie.
The movie,
yeah,
and nobody was at his table.
No, because nobody
knew he was there. So look,
Was that at the Fan Expo?
No,
it was at, I can't remember which one.
Malik's
WeebCon.
Malik something, right?
I think it was WeebCon.
Was it WeebCon?
If he just popped up at WeebCon and no one knew that's a shame, because
so
I would have brought stuff for him to sign for sure.
Well, I mean, so here's the deal, promoters.
Promote.
Well, the people. I get it was a last minute thing. I get it was cool that he was there, but if you don't promote it good enough and people don't know about it, they can't bring their stuff to get signed.
Right.
And generally speaking, I think you have more people getting their personal stuff signed versus the default printouts that they bring. Yeah. Not saying those printouts are not cool. Like, I would have a couple of them if I could, but generally speaking, I'd rather you sign my stuff. Anyway, Miles Morales. So off the bat, I want to go ahead and say, I don't know what this game looked like 3 years ago. 4 years ago?
Maybe not even that long.
I don't remember what this game looked like 3 years ago. However, I have since upgraded my TV so I can fully utilize all the capabilities of the PS5 and my receiver. So I'm kind of actually glad.
That means you're on what, 8K now?
8K with the 4K 2.1 HDMI, I believe it is. So I get the full 4K 120 hertz.
I got you, Scrooge McDuck. You're good.
Yeah.
Rolling around.
So I'm kind of glad I waited so I was able to get the full effect of, even though it was a launch title game.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get the very best graphics ever made on a PS5, but I was able to get better graphics than I would have got 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever it was. So that's the first thing I want to say.
Okay.
The second thing is, I got tired of this game real fast.
I did too.
I got tired of this game real fast.
So let me take a shot on it.
Okay.
The repeated dynamics of the gameplay itself drove you nuts.
I don't know about drove me nuts, but it's just like that is your game. So I talked about this with Mortal Kombat. The best part of your game, the best part of Mortal Kombat should be the fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the best part of the game, not anything else. It's the same thing here. If this is an action game, or if you want to promote this as some sort of story-based game, then that should be the best thing of the game. Either the story, if it's RPG, or if we're going to go action, then the fighting. Like that, those should be your best elements. Not the swinging around and the cool from building to building. To me, that's the best part of the game.
Yeah.
But it gets old.
It does get old.
Real fast. And I thought I was ready. Because we reviewed Spider-Man for the PS4. I don't remember who I reviewed it with, if it was on YouTube or if it was audio only, because we've been doing this podcast for years. So I think it was the audio only version.
Oh, yeah.
That was PR, right?
PR?
Pre-Raymond?
Yeah, pre-Raymond.
Was it? 2018?
May have just been right at that.
It was
right at that
even
precipice.
Raymond.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
PR.
So I thought since it had been 5 years since I played that game that I kind of had got tired of, right? That I would be okay. No, I was not okay. I was like, it became a chore only because I was just purposely just trying to get through it because I didn't want to play it anymore.
So did you finish it?
No.
Okay.
I 55%ed it. I couldn't take it no more.
Let me. What setting are you playing this on?
Not the easy, but the next one.
The next one, okay.
What legendary?
No.
Spectacular,
I think it goes
amazing.
Spectacular, amazing, and
so I'm at amazing.
Friendly, I think is what it is. So you're.
But amazing. I think there's 4 settings.
I don't know what. You're right. You're not wrong, and I can't think of the easiest setting. I can't think. I think actually no, that's a lie. I can't think of the setting between the easiest, which is friendly, and amazing. There's one more in between there.
Mm-hmm.
It is very much a repetitive series, but you're either all in on that or you're not. For me, who really, I am interested in seeing the story, and I had this conversation with someone right before I got here. I love the storyline that this is going to, but, and I mean of all of them, right? Like I know they talked about the producer of this one, or no, I'm sorry, the producer of all of them was talking about like they want to do possibly a short, because this is very short. This game is like 20-hour, not even. It's a short gameplay. Yeah. Doing the same thing kind of with a Venom inspired after Spider-Man 2 before they get to the eventual Spider-Man 3. I like the storytelling here where they're going. I like the dynamics of, yes, Parker is a quote unquote mentor, but it's not his father figure. He has a father, and I like that with
not no more.
Not after the events of Miles Morales.
Spoiler alert.
But he still doesn't take the place. It's still very much a teacher-student relationship with this, and I appreciate that more with this than anything else. And why does Miles not have Spider-Man's help in this? Well, spoiler alert, because Spider-Man's out of the country.
Yeah.
Which sounds like that's a ridiculous kind of story element.
I mean, it's, eventually someone's got to take a vacation, damn it. And if it's a ridiculous story element, then we got to say Far From Home sucks too then. Because he was out of the country.
Where was he? In London or something?
Yeah.
Just
He was
gallivanting?
in
But the enemies were also there.
Yes, that is true. That is true.
That makes more sense.
That makes more sense.
I am not going to argue with the repetitiveness of this game. I happen to like it because of that, because I don't have to necessarily spend, when you have a busy plate and a busy schedule and you add kids to that, right? During this time, which I was very slammed with everything.
You had kids during this time?
Do what?
You had kids during this time?
Yes, I still have kids. They didn't go anywhere.
You said
I kept them. During the time
you
of
said
playing this when it first came out,
time,
and not waiting 3 years to play it later.
I thought you had some more kids
just
that
saying.
I don't know about. I'm just saying.
Shut up.
Okay.
I'm okay with it because I don't have to learn anything new. I don't have to upgrade all the time.
I get that. Sometimes you just want something that's like, I don't want to say easy, but it's not. It's fine. It's it's enough to get you.
Yeah. It gets you through, right?
Yeah.
You just add a little. It's never going to be as, which does get on my nerves sometimes too, where they're just adding events or anything else like that to say Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead. It's like, I'm cool with just playing. I don't need to have all that. Now, it is cool to have an extra storyline here or there. Mm-hmm. This one's not going to give you an extra storyline because this really kind of feels like an extra storyline that they could have just done as a DLC on the first one.
Yeah, it feels like a long DLC.
Yeah, 100%. 100% feels like a long DLC. But I mean, I appreciate the effort they put into the characters. I appreciate the effort into the storyline, and but yeah, it's we're seeing this playthrough right now which is just the everyman, CPU player. It's very repetitive in this motion. And again, when you're wanting to do a quick play and not be overburdened with so much strategy that you're having to take.
But see, I feel like I can't do a quick play on here because it's so stealthy. So I'm not saying there wasn't stealth on the first one. So one of the main things I disliked about the first one, the car chases. I hated them. I hated them. I didn't like them.
I hated the Mary Jane scene. Why did I have to play as Mary Jane?
Yeah. This
one, why do I have to play as one of his friends? The preview for Spider-Man 2 review, why do I have to now?
Stop talking about Spider-Man.
I don't want to get into it.
Stop talking about Spider-Man. So I hated the car scenes in the first one. This one seems like there were less car scenes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, cool. But every mission seems like it was stealth. Every single mission wanted you to do stealth. I'm not playing freaking Metal Gear Solid here. Like, I'm playing Spider-Man. It got to a certain point where I was just like, forget it. I'm going in and swinging because that wasn't fun to me.
But you gotta admit though, at least it gives you that option just to say screw the stealth and go in.
Well,
I think there's only one or two plays that you cannot do that in.
Well, yeah, it got to a certain point where I just couldn't do it anymore. It was just too many enemies, right? So I just kept dying over and over. So it's like, okay, I might at least have to stealth 5 or 6 of these people. Otherwise I don't have a chance. But so that part wasn't necessarily like fun to me. Like it just wasn't.
Yeah, but that's also your personal feel on how you like your games too. You're looking for.
It just wasn't fun.
Yeah, but I've seen you.
I wasn't looking for anything.
What was the latest game I saw that you were playing when I was over the last time?
Diablo.
I don't find that interesting at all.
So
and I know I'm in the minority on that.
Yeah.
All right.
So that sounds like you're projecting yourself on me. No, it's just that just was not fun to me. Sneaking around. So and this is why it wasn't, another reason why it wasn't fun. You got extremely powerful powers with Miles Morales versus the regular Spider-Man. Cool powers, right? I want to use them cool powers. I don't want to turn invisible and sneak up on somebody and tie them up.
But that is a personal preference.
No, it's just not. It's not as fun.
Again, personal preference. There may be people who love that.
It was fun for him.
No, it wasn't. He didn't say that was fun.
I'm not saying it's not, but you can't sit there and say that everyone's going to sit there and say that wasn't fun.
I'm saying it wasn't fun for me. It's not. I'm not saying.
So that's a personal preference.
No. If you poll 10 people, at least 9 out of 10 people are going to say they'd rather go around using the orange energy versus tying people up.
So, that's a really broad statement to make.
I just made it.
Yeah, it's still a personal preference.
But tell me your opinion then, because you're
disagreeing
with me.
What I like doing on the first one, and I like doing on this one on Miles Morales.
You're disagreeing with me, but you ain't told me that you disagree with what I'm saying.
What I like doing on those stealth things is I do like finding interesting ways on how to, oh my God, what is it called? I can tell you have to press a square button. When you're hanging high,
you bring them up and tie them up.
But I'm okay with that. I'm not sitting there saying that.
No,
oh my God,
not
that
the question.
sucks.
Not the question. Would you rather be in a action-packed battle and use your what was the orange powers called? I don't remember what the orange powers called.
It's the Venom Punch.
The Venom Punch. And use those Venom powers versus sneaking around and tying people up one by one. Which one would you rather do?
I want a mixture of both.
No.
No, I want a mixture of both. I can say that.
That's not the question, though.
The question is, I don't care. The question is, then the answer is no.
Which one would you rather do?
I'm telling you, to me, I rather do both. I don't want to do one more than the other.
That's not answering the question.
That is. It's just not an answer you like.
No.
You want a yes or no to a not yes or no question.
How about that? Unbiased hand. You don't play video games. Which one would you rather do? Action pack. Punch people, they're all electrified. You can punch the ground, orange energy everywhere.
That's not fair to ask her that question because what it is what would you rather see? Well, yeah, she wants to see. I would want to see if I'm just viewing this.
No.
I want to see the one thing I want to click.
Don't change my question just because you can't answer questions.
You did.
What would you rather do?
Okay, well,
I'm asking her the same question I asked you.
All right.
She's not playing it though.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. No. It matters a lot.
Do you not understand that her character on the show is specifically to break this up? To break this up, Tell
me, which one would you rather not participate in? That's what he's asking you. It's exactly what he's asking.
No, I'm asking you, which one would you rather do? If you were playing this game, would you rather punch and kick and pound the ground with the electrical orange energy, or would you rather walk around, sneak around, and just tie people up?
So I would probably like to primarily fight people, but I like the stealth. Like, I like that it's there.
And that's the thing. That's the thing that we get into this, and you know, you're a little disingenuous a little bit. I never said it was bad. I never said that this was bad sneaking. I said I just didn't like it. And I'd rather do more of the fighting.
It is a fair statement, though, for me to sit there and say, I want to do both.
But
I don't want to do one more than the other.
Great.
I want to do both.
No, it's great that you want to do both. I just asked which one would you rather do? If they remade the game and they said we're taking one of these out, which one would you rather play? That's the question.
Depends on what type of game I'm getting.
We're podding, man. You got
so you're telling me.
And we're podding.
So you're telling me
we're podding.
Do you want an action game or a stealth game? Because that's how you're seeing it. That's one or the other.
And last time I checked, this was being advertised as action game. Right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. The advertisement is very much centered most of the time, especially when you get those first few trailers on the storyline.
Well, you like looking up stuff. Last time you looked up something, you was wrong. So
Let's go.
The G rating. So, or PG or whatever it was.
PG. Yeah.
So
That G is disrespectful.
I know, it's like Dumbo.
Fantastic Four is Dumbo.
Disrespectful, man.
Fantastic Four is Dumbo. That's funny.
Oh,
So
Black chicken.
So what you're saying though is you don't like that it made you do it.
It was over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And over.
Okay.
Like if I'm going to have to do something over and over and over and over and over,
you'd rather be.
I'd
just
rather
punching.
be fighting.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be fighting than just sneaking around. Especially if I'm web swinging for 15 minutes across town doing something, and then it's finally time to do something, right?
I'm really curious about the next one on you.
Sneaking around.
So with this, so let me do my take on Miles Morales. I liked it. Way too damn short. It's solid. I love the Arkham series. But I do feel this Spider-Man series has something really going for it. That's my personal preference. Don't care if people agree with me, disagree with me. Go have your personal preference. That's fantastic. But I will say some of your complaints on this one and the previous one may or may not be a justifiable excuse for the next one that you are going to play eventually.
I'm playing it.
He'll play
I'm
it.
playing it. What's today? No games on tonight,
Thursday.
right? I might play it right after we done podding. But do I need to finish this one first? Tell me.
For the storyline?
Do I need to finish this first before I play 2? Tell me.
I think you should. For the storyline, I think you should. Or at least watch the storyline. I don't care if it's YouTube or not.
So here's what's crazy about this game when it came out. It came with a code.
What edition is that? I don't have that edition.
No, it's just a reversible cover.
Oh, okay. So you have it.
This is the ultimate launch edition.
Okay.
But it has a reversible cover.
Son of a bitch, I got to go home and check that.
Which Spider-Man 2 does not. This is whack. But anyway,
I'm going to go get those custom steel cases. That's my goal.
This came with the code for the remastered version of the first one.
Yep, correct.
Which I thought was kind of cool. It's definitely cool if you hadn't played the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot imagine. You have to be a super fan to have played the remastered version and then turn around and play this right after. You have to be some kind of crazy super fan. You have to even be crazier if you had already played the first one on PS4 and then turned around and played the remastered and then played the Miles Morales. You got to be some kind of crazy super fan.
Shut up, man. Next thing you're going to be saying is you got to be some kind of crazy super fan if you downloaded it on Steam. Shut up.
Lord. It's just not like...
He's like, I feel attacked.
Like I said...
It's personal now.
Like
That's what it is.
It's always personal. Raymond.
Shut up, Count Chocula.
Still confused.
You'll see it. Keep going.
Okay. So, it's again, I don't want to say I'm not saying this is a bad game. That's what gets lost in translation.
No, you're just saying it's not something that...
It's just not a great game. It's just not great. It's the graphics, the sound, the music. It's better. I feel like it's better than the first one. The shortness of it, even though I couldn't get through it, the shortness of it probably to me is even better because it's less of the repetitive, right? It's not 30 hours of the same thing. It's 15 to 17 of the same thing.
I'll tell you what, I value your opinion so long as you don't say, well, this is about the same as MK1.
No. This game is way better than Mortal Kombat.
Okay, just making sure.
This is way better than Mortal Kombat. So let's just kind of get that out the way.
No, look, my first playthrough it was when it came out. I enjoyed it for everything it was. I don't know why this series, and again, you know me, maybe it's because I love the storyline, right? You know, I'm big on story. If you don't get the story right, I don't care, with the exception of a couple things, which it just comes down to that's preference, right? Can't do anything with it. That's how I feel about it. But I've enjoyed the first one. I've enjoyed this one. I'll save my opinion for the third one.
So I'm not
the second, whatever.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna say the story's great. It's not a great story. It's a basic story. I like the characters, even though Miles Morales' voice doesn't match what he looks like in the game. Mm-hmm. He sounds like he's 10 or 11 and he's in high school, so that's kind of weird to me. and it's a little predictable. It's very similar. Somebody close to you has turned into the villain or that villain-ish character, right? So it's kind of the same with Prowler versus what's going on here. So it's kind of generic. I know you know what's going to happen before it happens. The most enjoyable thing to me, again, is the swinging of the rooftops, but they added something that made me want to swing even more. More J. Jonah Jameson, more of the quick cast with the girl. I don't even remember her name. I just know she does a quick cast. Like I like all of that. The rest of it is like too repetitive. The menus, just got to touch on the menus real quick. Somebody got a hard out. Hard stop.
Oh yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
You don't know. He don't know what time it is.
Yeah, a few more minutes. Go.
Oh Lord, I hate Russian podcasts.
We're not Russian.
I have to
Ukrainian.
Oh,
Too soon?
Too fast.
Too soon.
The menu. So the menus look impressive, but they're a little all over the place. They're a little bit hard to kind of decipher what's going on. They, like I said, they look cool and they sound cool when you're going through them, but it's just like it's too much. It's too much going on these screens, and it's like that could have been better. But again, they look cool.
Could have been streamlined a little bit better.
Yeah, it's not user friendly. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
so I will say this.
Okay.
I feel very similar to the way he does, and it's funny because we hadn't even discussed this, but I got bored really fast. I like how it started off. I like the graphics. I like how he swings around. I like all the flips in the air. I like the point system.
Mm-hmm.
I like that when you're trying to pick a point, like, and it did this on the last game too. Like, it shows you what the move does.
Mm-hmm.
I would love that because to me, I'm like,
That's dope.
yeah. I like the costumes. Like, you can pick the different costumes. I like the idea that you have little tasks around town, but it's like, I like all this stuff, but I just got so bored.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and it's funny, like you said that, because that's exactly how I felt. I was just like, I don't feel like watching this anymore. But I agree. It's not a bad game.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's like, I just don't.
A lot of
not
the stuff
great.
gets repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
So let's do that. So it's 2023. How much would you pay? How much would you pay for this game today? What would you recommend somebody pay for this game today as we speak? Not 2 years ago, but today.
Full game, all DLCs included.
Is there a game of the year edition or something like that?
I think there is.
I'm just saying the game because we didn't review any DLC.
I would
Just the game only.
I would pay up to 40 for it.
That's what I was going to say. 40.
40.
40.
Yeah, I think 40, 45. Like I say, it's not bad.
Well, and as I'm sitting here bashing Sony for releasing these stupid ass collector editions without the physical, one thing I do appreciate though is that if I get a Game of the Year edition, a few years removed from it because it went whatever platinum, I can get one for like 20.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a steal. For this game, that would be a steal.
Yeah, $20 new with the DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would
that's
be
a steal. That's a steal. So if y'all see that out there.
What was this when it came out? 50, 69?
I don't remember because I feel like a couple of those launch games were different prices.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So even if it was 69, the fact that they threw in a remastered Spider-Man 1 download, totally worth the price.
Yeah.
Worth the price for sure. It was everything. That was a complete Game of the Year edition remaster.
Right.
And they even upped the graphics.
Yeah.
Like it was a true remaster.
A true remaster.
Yeah. So I think it was worth it for sure.
I think it might, in my opinion, I think they scrapped the remaster, make this into a full game, and then push out Spider-Man 2 to an even later date because you would have had more to play. Yeah. I would have done that. I mean, a remaster 2 years after the game came out is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, whatever. Last thoughts?
For me, I love the way this series is going. I don't mind the repetitiveness in most instances, not all. I'm really enjoying the entire series.
She's like, I'm done
She's
with
like,
the series.
okay. She goes, screw this game, I'm out.
I'm ready for the next one.
Are you ready? Are you sure?
No, I mean, if we have to finish the story, that's fine. But
yeah,
the base plot line for the storyline that's going through all three of these so far, I would like to see a movie on it or an animated version of it, because it's done differently with the Miles Morales that we got from the original comic books, the Into the Spider-Verse, and what will eventually become MCU's Miles Morales. I like how the storyline goes. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Do we have something for Ray, or that's later?
That's in the next round.
Okay.
What's the next round?
She's spoiling stuff.
She's
Jeez.
spoiling stuff?
Oh, sorry.
Jesus. So anyway, yeah, my last thoughts is I guess I'm gonna push through it. I'm gonna finish it just to finish it, and then start on Spider-Man 2 so we can review it in a couple of weeks.
I am hoping to be finished with it, no lie, by Sunday. Before I have to go back to work.
Well, we're going out of town, so
yeah,
we won't be back.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all ready to wrap?
Ready to wrap?
Well, the screens and stuff want to work that time.
There you go.
Spoiler alert.
What? Okay, well, we have something for you.
What?
You want to tell him?
No, just give it to him. Show it to him.
Here you go.
What is this?
Yeah, what is that? Detective Comics?
Did you actually grab this from
Look at the bottom. What's
from
that?
Warner Brothers Studio Tour?
Yes.
Is it at the bottom right? Where's it at? Bottom
Look at
left?
that, man.
Look
at so.
They have a whole DC thing going on there.
Did it like make your skin sizzle? I'm sorry, let me show.
He
this.
was like, "Where's the Marvel stuff?"
Yeah, I did. I asked.
I know you would.
I
I know you would.
He said up the road.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were there. We were at the shop.
Last two shows, man. You guys got to stop giving me stuff, man.
Yeah, it's been built up. We ain't potted in like 2-3 years on a regular basis. So it's just built up. You know.
I can't wait to bring you some DC stuff.
Oh hell! You gonna bring me that sign? I will put it up.
Oh, which sign?
Detective Comics.
The DC
wants that
sign
so
from Titan
bad.
Comics.
Yep.
So yeah, we were there, and I was like, man, this is cool. I'm gonna bring this back for Ray, and one for Mike B, because y'all like the Detective Comics. But I was like, man, it's free, so that's kind of whack. But then I looked down at the little stamp on the front. I was like, oh, you can only get this here.
So when people, all right, so I don't care when stuff is free. The fact that you thought about me where you were at is enough.
It was only like 2 or 3 seconds.
It's enough to warm my insides.
It was like 2 or 3 seconds.
It bakes my brownies, is what I'm telling you.
He'll take even 2 or 3 seconds, whatever.
Yeah.
We did. We thought of you.
Yep.
It's completely appreciated.
All right.
I will go through and read this whole thing, and then
Write us a book report.
Book report. Jeez.
Back to middle school.
8-page book report on an 8-page book.
Back and front.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for listening to ANX Gamecast. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. See you next week.
Deuces.
More web slinging action.
Be nice to each other.
Forget all that.
I just want to hear that.
Slap him in the face.
Don't slap people in the face.